Hey guys, it's Jonah, and today I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my The Voice power rankings before the next live show, which I believe won't be tonight. It will be May 4th. So they're taking a break. They're doing a kind of like a behind the scenes show tonight. And then next Monday they'll be doing a live show. But I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna make it look like American Idol, what American Idol is doing, where they're all singing from their houses because California will most likely be one of the last states to lessen their restrictions for this virus that's going on. So they won't be allowed to all come together and sing on the stages, even if it's without a live audience. They're still not going to be allowed to. So they'll probably have to sing from their homes for the rest of the season, I would assume, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. At least we get to hear them. It's better than not hearing them at all, and the show just getting canceled altogether. So yeah. So before I get into this video, if you guys like what you hear, please subscribe down below and like this video. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, so before I actually go into the power rankings, I want to talk to you guys about which team I like the most. So Team Nick, I think is stacked. Like you have Thunderstorm, Allegra, Ari, and Roderick. And right now my pick for the four-way knockout is Michael. So I think Nick's gonna be the one with 5 people on his team going into the live shows. And I think Team Blake, he will only have 4 most likely, but I think the 4 he has, I think he has the best possibility of 3 of his artists making the finale, because I think you have Todd, Tanisha, and Joanna, who all I think have pretty much equal shots of making the finale right now, and I could see any of one of those 3 in the finale, if not multiple of them. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens. I think John's team is weaker than it's been out of any one of his seasons so far. I think dropping Thunderstorm was probably a really bad decision. He'll probably end up regretting it later. But I'm not a huge fan of Mandy, so I don't know why he did what he did with that decision. But it is what it is. And Kelly's team, it's decent. You have Megan and Cedrice. They're amazing. I think Michael will have a really hard challenge getting votes after what happened with him and Taylor. And then you have Mandy Thomas, who hasn't gotten a lot of screen time compared to other artists. So we'll see what happens with her. But yeah, so let's get right into these power rankings. So at 17, I have Mandy Thomas. So she is on Team Kelly. She is the one that sang opera in an audition, and then she sang country in her knockout. I believe she sang My Church, which kind of really surprising song choice because it shows her versatility. But the only problem I have is that they don't seem to be giving her a lot of screen time, and I don't understand it because she can sing, but I don't think the only reason why she's last in these power rankings is because I'm not sure how popular she's going to be among fans because we haven't seen her as much as other contestants, and therefore they may not be connected with her as much as other people on the show, and that may lessen her chance of making it through to the first live show. I'm not sure what they're doing for the first cut, because it's the first time in the show that they're doing a top 17 going into the live shows. I heard that they're going from 17 down to 8, like in the first cut. That would be a really awful cut. I really hope they don't do that, but if they do, I don't see her making that first cut. And it sucks, but she is one of the most versatile artists, and she can definitely sing, and I really like hearing her voice, and I was really upset that they montaged her, but yeah, so she's at 17 in my power ranking. So at 16, I have Michael Williams. So obviously Michael Williams, he is my 4-way knockout save winner. That's why I think he's gonna end up winning the knockout. And the only reason why I have him so low is because he's growing and he's been impressive. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of song he sings going into the lives, because if he makes it to the lives, because he can sing, he's impressive. But if he has any kind of pitch problems, like he did in his blind, you never know, because it's going to be a live show now, so there's plenty of other factors that can go into it. And for right now, I have him low, but I can definitely see him much higher than this, because I think he's one of the better people on the show from like emoting standpoint and connecting to the song. And yeah, but he's a really good singer, and I do think he deserves to win the 4-way knockout based on just those performances alone. So yeah. In 15, I have Mike Jarrell. So in my first power rankings, I had Mike Jarrell, I think in like 11, 12, around there. I forget where, but I have him lower here because I think people kind of are upset that he won over Darius in a way, and I'm not sure if a lot of people are a fan of his voice, because we've had people like this who I thought were gonna make the finale easily, and then end up don't, like Chris Weaver a couple seasons back, Terrence Cunningham, I think was his name. He blew it up in his first Blind Audition. It's just people like that, and then Jedge Venson, for example, people like that who have one of the better tones on the show, but then don't end up like connecting to the song as well as others, and then end up going home. Because I think that's what's gonna happen to Mike here. I think he's gonna have one of the better tones of the show, of the first live show, but there's something that's just not gonna go right with voting wise, and he's not gonna make it. I do think not gonna make it through, because I do think he has one of the better tones on the show, and I really love his voice, and he can do all the runs, and he's smart because he changed up the melody into Man's World in its Blind Audition, and that was smart because it showed that what he can do with then he can change up a cover to fit his own voice. I like that. So we'll see what happens. Like I do think he has a shot at moving on to the top 8, like definitely, but we'll see what happens. You never know with fans voting. This is just my personal opinion on where I think they're gonna place in the first live show. So yeah. In 14, I have Roderick Chambers. So Roderick, the only reason why I have him this low is because he is one of the older contestants on the show. So I'm not sure how much votes he's going to ring in or rack in just because of that factor. He may have less people connecting with him, but he is definitely one of the better people in the show about navigating from notes. He can just do it. It looks like it's just easy to him, like he can just do it in his sleep. But it's like simple for him. He's been one of the people who's just surprised me the most so far on the show. And yeah, so I do think he has a definite chance to maybe make the top 8, but I right now think he would be out of it just because he's one of the older contestants on the show and may not get all those, because a lot of usually the people who are like younger make it farther into the show, the people who are more in their like the older age group. But like, don't get me wrong, Roderick can sing, and I would love for him to make the top 8, but for right now I don't see it happening. So in 13, I have Mandy Castile. So she, I don't know, because a lot of people seem to love her voice, but I'm like so about it. Like, she's a good singer, but I don't feel anything whenever she sings. And even her knockout, like I was watching it after I reacted to it the next day. I was watching it with my parents, and my mom was like, "I don't see anything special with this girl." I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of agree. She's not a bad singer anyway, but I didn't feel like she changed up the song all that much." And I was really surprised that John picked her, because they're all saying like she took more risks, but I was like, what risks did she take really? Because I didn't feel like she did anything new to the song. Now, so I was really surprised that John didn't pick Thunderstorm. I think he's gonna regret that decision along the road, and I would be very surprised if she makes the top 8. Even I think what she may have going for her is that she is bilingual, so she may get the votes from Latin Americans and people who speak Spanish also. I think that's her saving grace, is that she can sing in both languages, and that if she does something like that in her live, that may be able to push her through to the top 8, but we'll see. So in 12th, I have Micah Iverson. So if this knockout thing controversy didn't happen, he would be higher in my power rankings. I think he has one of the better tones and better voices on the show, and he's probably one of the more unique talents on the show this season. But because people think that he didn't deserve to win his knockout, people may take that to heart and keep him out of the next round just because they don't think he deserves to even be at the live to begin with. But my opinion is that when I was listening to the knockouts, I do agree that Taylor had the better knockout performance, but the way this works is that most of the time they're going to base their decision based off of not only who had the better performance in the knockouts, but who they think can go farther along in the show. Because to them, they want to win the show. They want to take people who they think America is going to fall in love with, and I think people have fallen in love with Micah more than Taylor. But sadly, not sure that's going to be the case anymore, since people think that Taylor should have won. But I kind of like the decision by Kelly to pick Micah, because I do think that he could go farther along in the show. But we'll see what happens. I actually like the decision to pick Micah over Taylor, but I'm not sure if it's gonna translate to good results among all the fans of the show, and I don't think he'll be making the first cut just because of that factor right there. I mean, people may be he has something to prove. He's gonna have to sing the heck out of whatever song he chooses because he has something to prove that he belongs on the show still, and that Kelly made the right choice by sticking with him. So yeah. At 11, I have Joey Fulco. So Joey, she's kind of in her own lane on the show, and I definitely think she can have a chance to make the first cut because she is a country rock singer, and country fans tend to vote heavily on the show, and people like that tend to do well on the show. And there's not, I think the closest country singer on the show to her is Samantha Howell, who I don't think would even be making it to the top 17. Then you also have Megan Danielle, who she isn't really country, but she has some kind of that little twang in her voice. But she's definitely more singer-songwriter. So I think Joey has her own lane on the show, and I do think that could carry her through. She has a lot of experience in practice singing on stage and stuff like that. She's a really good stage presence, and I wouldn't be shocked at all if she makes it through the top. I just think there's better overall artists on the show. That's why she's at 11. But don't get me wrong, I would not be surprised at all if she moves on. She's actually one of my favorite singers on the show. But yeah, she's amazing. She's a little rasp that she has in her voice, and she's very versatile with what she can do. And she's shown that through all of her performances, and I really hope that she continues to do that in her next performance, where she just shows other sides of herself that may make America fall even more in love with her. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I would not bet on her getting cut, but I would also not bet on her making it either. I think she's more of a middle people that it could go either way. It's like 50-50. She could make it or she couldn't. Depends on the song choice and other people do ahead of her. So in 10, I have Ari Moon, or Ari Moon, however you say it. So I think, but just like a performer-wise, she's one of my favorite performers on the show this season. When she sings, she does something with her that's kind of weird, but like her facial expressions really make you feel something when you watch her. She like smiles at times, and she's a really nice smile, and it's just captivating to watch her perform like that. And whenever you see her smile, it just makes you want to smile back. It makes you feel something, and she can perform. She can sing the heck out of songs. She's a really nice large range, and she has a nice slight rasp at the top that I love. And if she sings another song that fits her voice, like what she did in the knockouts, I don't think she'll have a problem not making the first cut. But like, we'll see what happens. Nick has a very strong team, and this is actually one of the better like seasons on the show that I've seen in a while, like just like talent wise. And that may be her downfall, is that there is a lot of talent on the show this season, and that may be the reason why she doesn't make it through. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I would not be surprised if she makes it through, because I love her voice, and she's a true artist, and she knows what she's doing. So yeah, in 9 I have Zan Fiskum. So I have her at 9 because I think she's very underrated on the show. I think she's one of the dark horses on the show. Like, I can see her actually making it to the finale this year, but the problem is I'm not sure many people agree with me on that. Is that she, even like in her knockout versus Joanna, I was reading the comments on YouTube, and all the comments seem to be more about Joanna, who lost the knockout, and that Blake got a steal, and that she's gonna be in the finale. That everyone loves her tone, but no one talked about the winner of the knockout. People were just talking about Joanna. And no one was talking about the fact that Zan killed her song and that she definitely deserved to win the knockout. And I don't know what's going to happen with her, because I think this is definitely even more 50-50 than Joey is, because she's underrated on the show. And I think if she chooses a song that everyone knows and does it well and to like fit her own voice, I think there's a definite chance she makes it through the first cut, because she's one of the better singers on the show, and like artistry-wise, I think she's one of the better artists on the show also. She's a really nice tone, and she's a really nice soft voice, but at the same time, she can get powerful with it, and it's really nice juxtaposition there, and I really like her voice, and I would not be surprised at all if she makes it through. So yeah. At 8, we have Cam West. So Cam, he surprised me a lot. He is one of the more unique voices I've heard on the show this season. and from like dynamic control, he's the best, and he was the best person in the knockouts based off of dynamic control, because it's a really tough song to sing and emote to, and you try to like can make people feel what you're singing, and you're trying to connect to the song, and he did just that. He started off slower. He got more powerful at points, and he took it back down. That was one of the probably more special performances I've ever heard on the show, just from like a dynamic control standpoint. And I really like him. He knows what he's doing, and I can definitely see him making it through the first cut if he sings another song that shows off his dynamic control. I think he should continue to sing a slower paced song that shows off his voice and vocal abilities, and his ability to do those nice runs he puts in there, and his ability to just get powerful at times that surprise you, and then bring it back down that just captivates you even more. So I think he's a definite chance of moving on. So at 7, we have Cedrice Weber. So she's a really nice captivator when she sings, and she has a really soft voice, but like at the same time it's powerful. It's like a soft, powerful voice, and it really gets you in your feels when you watch her. She's a really good stage presence, and she knows what she's doing, and you can tell she's singing the right songs that fit her voice. That song "Fever" in a blind audition has been my favorite performance from her so far on the show. And if she sings another song where she slows it down, lets her voice reign, I don't think there's any way she doesn't survive, because she seems to have a lot of fans too. Everyone seems to love her on the show, which there's no problem with that, because she's an amazing artist and singer, and I could definitely see her in the finale. It's just a matter of popularity among artists and when people peak, and I don't think we've seen the peak from her yet. So I do think that she will continue to rise in my power rankings, because I do think that we haven't even like scratched the surface with her yet. So yeah. At 6, I have Todd Tilghman. So this is the first of Blake's top 3 that I think has a equal shot of making it to the finale. And Todd, he is one of the better performers on the show from a standpoint of energy-wise. Like, he can sing soft, and then when he gets powerful, and he gets so full of energy that it's just insane to watch. Like, it makes you like him like a lovable person, because his tone's amazing. He has a really nice growl in his voice, and it just makes you smile when you watch him perform, because he looks so happy to be up there. Like, you can tell that he's meant to be a singer just based off of how happy he is when he does it. It's something he loves to do, and as long as he continues to sing songs that fit his voice, he is a singer that fits the mold of what fans have been tending to vote for since the show's been on. And I definitely can't see him going home after this episode, and I can definitely see him making the finale. But for right now, I think he is not going to be in the finale. But don't get me wrong, I would not be surprised if he makes it at all. He is insane. He is, I think, from a consistency standpoint, he's been one of the most consistent performers on the show so far, and there's no way I can see him going home after this episode. So yeah. In 5, I have Joanna Cerenko. So Joanna's another Team Blake person who I think has an equal shot of making the finale with the other two, and her tone alone is going to carry her far into the show. Like it's like instant identity whenever you hear her, and it's like if you hear her on the radio, like you're immediately going to know it's her. There's no one like her. She's really nice range. She has a really nice ability to navigate and like sing notes that are like accented notes, in like she can like sing the minor notes and make it sound just amazing, and her phrasing is really good. And I felt like the song she sung could have fit her voice more if she had done more stuff with it. I was very underwhelmed whenever I heard her sing her knockout performance, and I was expecting a lot more. And I think if she just sings that song that fit her voice more and does more stuff with it, I think there's no way she goes home after this episode, and I can definitely see her in the finale, if not winning the show. So yeah, she's definitely someone to watch out for. She has a star quality that I love, and she's an amazing person and singer and artist. So yeah. In fourth, I have Tanisha Harris. So she's one of those people that, from the moment I've heard her sing, I thought she was going to be in the finale. She, I think, had my favorite knockout performance from part two. Like one of, I think probably overall, she would be in my top three. She is very captivating to watch, and she has a really powerful voice that kind of just like, if you're doing something else and you just hear it on the TV, you're immediately going to stop what you're doing and just focus on her and see who this amazing person is singing this song. And she does so much with her voice, and she reminds me of a Kyla Jade, who like in her knockout performance, she had one of the, I think one of the best knockout performances I've ever heard in my life. And she kind of reminds me, I believe Kyla Jade got third on that season, so I think Tanisha will make it to the finale this season, and she kind of fits what people vote for on the show. And I don't see a world where she doesn't make the finale right now. And she has, I think, one of the better ranges on the show, and I think is one of the most versatile artists that we have on the show right now. And I don't see a world where she does not make it to the finale, like I've already said before. And Team Blake definitely has... Team Nick may be the most stacked, but Team Blake has the most artists who have the potential to make the finale, if that makes any sense. That's how I feel, but Team Nick definitely has the most stacked team. So yeah, so at third, I have Allegra Miles, and she would also be in my top three for favorite knockout performances this season. She picked a song that she was able to emote well and do the song to fit her own voice. She made some changes to it that I liked. When you go to the chandelier part, like she went up to her falsetto beautifully every single time, and it just captivates you. Like my mom doesn't really like covers very much. Neither does my dad. But they both were amazed by her, and my mom even said that was the best I've heard on the show in a while, and I definitely kind of agree. Like has an amazing tone. She's young. She fits the finale vibe for me, and she, like I said, I've said this before, she reminds me of a Bryn Cartelli, just a little more mature sounding in a way. And Bryn Cartelli ended up winning the show, and I would not be surprised at all if Allegra ends up winning the show. She has everything you need to do it. She has a star quality that if she doesn't make the finale, something's wrong, because she deserves to make it to the finale, and I can't see her not making it right now. So yeah, in second, or at two in my power rankings, I have Megan Danielle. So along with Megan and Allegra, they are very different singers, but they're both younger, and they both have unique tones and do stuff with songs that you just love. And I think they're going to be the two most popular people on the show this season. And I like Megan, like Allegra, I don't see a world where Megan doesn't make the finale. I think this is Kelly's best artist on the show this season. And she has the ability to connect with songs, and her tone is amazing. And the little kind of yodel she does with her, I'm not sure if it's like a yodel or not, like kind of like a rasp, especially little yodel she does. It's just amazing. It's so unique, and it just sounds so like satisfying whenever you hear it. And it's just incredible to watch her do what she does. She belongs on the stage, and she's just an amazing person, and I really don't see a world where she does not make the finale. She seems to be really popular, which she deserves. She's one of the she's one of the more popular artists on the show this season, and she keeps getting better and better as each time you hear her sing. I was really surprised she's only a one-chair turn in the blind auditions, and I think every coach is going to regret not turning around more and more as the season progresses. And I definitely think she has a definite chance of winning the show. I think her and Allegra have equal chances to win the show. Only reason why I picked Megan over Allegra in these power rankings is because I think that I like Megan's voice a little more from like a uniqueness standpoint because of that yodel and rasp she has. But Allegra can sing the heck out of songs too. I think Allegra's range is more than Megan, and I think we haven't heard Megan use her falsetto a lot yet, and I kind of want to hear her do more of that next time I hear her sing. because I do think I think that will help her put her even over the top of Thunderstorm, because yeah, okay, let's get right into it. One is Thunderstorm, and so he is one of the most unique people I think we've ever had on the show, and tone, artistry, star quality, dynamic control, phrasing, everything about him just oozes like he's gonna be a star in the music business and industry, and I definitely think he's gonna be in the finale. And Nick got probably the steal of a lifetime with his steal, picking him when John for some reason didn't pick him, and I don't know why John did that, because he's usually one of the more smarter coaches on the show. But I think Nick has a definite chance to win the show, and right now I think Nick's going to win the show in his first season with Thunderstorm. But Megan and Allegra and Tanisha and Joanna and Todd, those 6 people, any one of those 6 I could see winning the show, and even Cedrice I could see winning the show. This is such a talented season, and I'm loving it every second, and I can't wait to see what they do in the next round. I thought about making this video a little later on in the week, but I have time right now, so I just decided to make it today. And just because there's not going to be a show on tonight, if there was going to be a show on tonight, I would have made this video earlier last week. But yeah, this is going to be an incredible finish to the season, and it's going to be one that's going to be unforgettable, just because most likely it's going to be them singing from their own houses, and it's going to be something that's new, and it's going to be exciting, and I think it's refreshing to see more sides of them, to see where they live and stuff like that, like American Idol's version of whatever show the live from home show. It was really cool to see that, because the first time ever that anyone done that before, and it was a really nice experience. And I think The Voice is going to do the same thing, and I think it's going to be just as good, and I definitely am looking forward to it. And yeah, great. This is going to be a great season. I really hope that they don't get rid of Nick after this season, because I think these set of 4 coaches are the best we've had on the show ever, and I definitely don't think they should get rid of any of them after this season. I know they'd like to be more fresh and have a different coach each season, but I think they'd be making a mistake if they cut one of these judges out, and I don't see them doing that. Blake's gonna stay, Kelly's gonna stay. I don't think they would cut John away, because he's just an awesome singer and coach in person to be around, and then Nick brings that young vibe to the show, and I think a lot of people are watching more of the season because Nick's a coach, because Nick is a part of the better bands right now, and like from a popularity standpoint today. And yeah, this is gonna be, I can't wait to watch the live show and next week. I really wish it was on today, but sadly they just need more time to figure out what they're gonna do. And yeah, but like today's episode, I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna go back and look at some of the more fun things that they did behind the scenes wise. That's always fun to watch. But yeah, guys, if you guys like this video, please subscribe down below, and thank you guys for watching. Please share your opinions down below. I would love to hear them. I would love to talk The Voice with you guys. It's one of my favorite shows, and something I'm passionate about. So if you guys have any opinions or questions about why I put people where they were put on those rankings, please comment down below. I would love to hear them. Thank you guys for watching.